Yoga hour. The last time for sequence 9 for this month. So I'll try to really take it from top to bottom, put all the pieces together for us. I think it'll be fun. It's my first class in my new space, and I'll be coming along as we go. I set up here at the window. You probably can't see super good, but I have lots of Ganeshas on there, just like the elephant-headed god. Very quick and easy story of Ganesha. So mom is Parvati. Mom went to take a bath and said to her pet bull, guard the door, do not let anyone in. And then Shiva, who was Parvati's husband, came home, and the bull said, well, of course, Shiva, you can come in. And Parvati was like, who are you most loyal to? Are you kidding me? I told you no one could come in. And so she created Ganesha to be most loyal to her. And then again, this happened several years go by. Shiva's off in a cave, meditating and being supreme being of all things, and has never met Ganesha. Ganesha, then again, I'm taking a bath. Do not let anyone in. And Ganesha holds the threshold of the door. Shiva comes home, and he does not allow Shiva in. A battle ensues because this is my house. Of course I'm coming through. And Shiva ends up cutting off Ganesha's head. This all gets resolved by Parvati saying, you need to bring Ganesha back to life. Go find the nearest head that's facing north. And it was an elephant head. Set it on Ganesh. Bring him back to life. And the overall feeling is that when Parvati created Ganesh, it was in the form of an ego for herself. And then in this new form, Ganesha is the ego of all. That it's sort of like we don't do good just for ourselves, but we do good for all beings. And so the elephant-headed goddess is this ego of all things, God. And he's said to represent also like the threshold of coming in and out of things and the remover of the obstacles as you cross those thresholds. This was not very short at all. Instead, it was a long way of saying that I'm really excited to have Ganesh with us through every practice so that we can start to let go of our own personal egos and just practice for the good of ourselves and all. We're standing up. Stand up. Come to the top of your yoga mat. Mountain pose. Let the arms be down by your side. Keep a steady gaze or even close the eyes here. A couple of breaths. Each breath symbolizing fullness, goodness coming in, goodness going out. And allow the movements to further enhance that today. Interlace the fingers, flip the palms, lift the arms up to the sky. Stretch through your thumb and first finger a lot here. Reach, reach, reach. And then flip the hands again, thumb and first finger up to the sky. Squeeze your glutes, press down into your feet, and lean over to the side. Push your hips away from the reach of the arms. Try to keep the chest open, maybe even gaze up. And then inhale and come back to the center. And exhale over to your second side. Lean. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, come back up to the sky. Separate the arms now, shoulder height. Bring the feet back to hip distance apart. Bend the knees, sit down into your legs. Look down to the floor in between your feet and sit as low as you can, keeping your feet flat and your seat as high as the knees. Now stay exactly where you are in the legs, but interlace the hands behind your back. And try to lift the arms up to the sky. Whew, that's tight. Keep looking down towards the floor and curl your back more like cat pose. Okay, next breath, stand up, sweep the arms to the sky. Take your left hand, hold on to the right upper arm bone, lean your head back into the arm, and then lean up and over to the side. Push all of your weight into your right foot. Lift your left foot off of the ground. Come back into your center. Switch your hold. Again, lift up, lean your head back, and lean over. Push your weight into the left leg. Take the right foot up, tap it out. Nicely done. Back into the center. 2 arms high, full Utkatasana. Bend the knees, sit into your thighs. Keep your torso more lifted, fingertips more lifted. And then exhale, fold over, forward fold. Enjoy this forward fold. Have the knees bent enough that all 10 fingers can touch the ground. And kind of pedal the feet a little back and forth. Let the head shake a little bit as well. And then change to downward facing dog. Walk your way into downward facing dog. Lower the knees down to the yoga mat for all fours and slip the right arm under the left, shoulder ear side of the face down to the mat. Reach the left hand out in front of you or up to the sky. Place the left hand back beside your face. Use it to help you up to all fours. And then slip the left arm under the right, shoulder ear side of the face down. Again, right hand can go out in front or lift the right hand up to the sky. Place the right hand back beside your face. Help yourself to all fours. Cat and cow, move your spine back and forth here. On the inhale, drag the chest forward, eyes and tailbone up. On the exhale, round the back, press down through the hands and knees. One more round of breath, like this. And then find your neutral spine, look a little bit forward. Extend the legs back for full plank pose. As ever, we can do plank on our toes or on the knees. Do try to keep your arms as straight as possible. Press down through your thumb and first finger. Always squeeze in the glutes, lengthen the tailbone, tone in the belly. Stay right here. And then next exhale, lower flat down to the mat. Reach your hands back. Shalabhasana, locust pose. Lift everything that you can up. Lower down for just a moment. Try the exact same thing, or a little more challenge. Interlace the hands. And then let's all lift everything again up. Exhale, lower it back down. Child's pose. Downward facing dog. Here's our side plank rotations. Right hand outer edge of the right foot. Lift the left arm up. Stack the feet. Switch sides, left hand down, flip the feet. Right arm up. Do it again, right hand down, left hand up. So about a breath here. We're doing 3 side planks on each side, each for about a breath. Go at your own pace, with the feet stacked, or stepped forward, or even knees down. Here's my 3rd time on the right side. Stay where you are, your pace. Left side. And then everybody join back together in full plank, 2 hands down. Nice long line from the shoulders headed down towards the heels. Lower flat down against the yoga mat. Peel the chest up for cobra. Sit back to child's pose. And then take a seat. Stretch your legs out in front of you. Reverse table, that crab pose. This one's good. Little difference on the shoulders. Point the thumbs towards your heels with the fingers out towards the side, and then lift up. Tuck the chin a bit so you're looking more at your belly, your thighs, your knees, instead of the sky. I want you to try this for 3 whole breaths. Push down through your big toes. Grip the earth underneath your finger pads. And squeeze your glutes and try to lift even a little bit taller. Okay, set your butt down as fast as you can. Downward facing dog. Flip, jump, go. Good job. Inhale, come forward to plank pose again. Lower down to your mat. Superhero. Arms out, legs out. Inhale, lift, lift, lift. Exhale, lower down. Push back to child's pose. One more time, we go to down dog. And those side plank rotations. First side. Second side. Another different way of looking at this, if you're done working on full hands, is to go down to the forearms. And same thing, forearm plank. Again, we've got 3 rotations each side here. Strong, steady warm up. If you're down on the forearms like I am, crawl back up to the hands when you are done. Lower the knees down, cross at the ankles, sit on your butt again, extend the legs out in front of you. Let's try that reverse table another time. Lift up. Keep looking down the legs. You extend one leg, heel to the ground, other leg, heel to the ground. And then stretch through the front of your feet to try to get your toes on the floor. And butt back down to the floor. Down dog, get there. Go. Step your right foot in between your hands for a low lunge. We know this, right? Feet hip distance apart. Square off the hips. Take the hands to the waist and lift the torso straight up and down. Lift the arms to the sky. Lengthen your breath, stay in the pose. High lunge, nothing extra right now. Lower the hands down to the mat. Shift back to plank pose. Chaturanga Dandasana is a little hover. Up dog, can you go straight arms, straight legs, hips up. And then downward facing dog. Step your left foot in between the hands, low lunge. Make sure your feet are hip distance apart so it's easy enough to balance as you come upright. Arms to the sky. Exhale, lower the hands down, step it back, down dog. Bend your knees a lot and walk your hands to your feet. Okay, hands to the waist, point the elbows up. Press down into your feet and come all the way up to standing. Lift the arms up. Lift the right knee up and into your chest. A little balance work. Wrap the arms underneath your right thigh to help it lift a little bit taller, that passive range of motion. Oh, so much work in the hip flexor. Strengthen the quads, straighten the right leg as much as you can. And then can you take your arms back up to the sky? Give it a try. This goes to high lunge. Rebend the right knee. Maybe the standing leg as well. And step. Big giant step to high lunge. Lower the hands down. Step it all the way back to dog pose. Walk the hands back to your feet. Hands to the waist, point the elbows up, stand up. Second side, let's go right for it. Arms up, left knee into the chest. Wrap the arms under the thigh. Tone in the abdomen to help you in that balance and control. Straighten the left leg as much as possible. Keep it as lifted as you can and stretch the arms back overhead at the same time. Rebend the knee and step forward, big giant step. Lower both hands around the front foot and step back, down dog. Go to three-legged dog, lift the right leg up. Step all the way into your low lunge. And then we'll rotate to the long edge of our mat for a wide-legged forward fold. As you send your head down towards the mat, lean your weight forward into your toes to try to lift up strength through the back of your legs. I should say stretch through the back of the legs. That strength is holding you on the front side. Fingertips to the floor, hold on to your ankles. Okay, take the hands again to the waist. Push down to your feet and come upright in the torso. Turn the right toes out towards the front short side of the mat. Warrior two. Bend the right knee a lot. Sit into it. Side ankle pose. Elbow to the knee. Reach the top arm, palm down overhead. From side angle, let's try reaching to the ground today. Fingertips just brushing against the floor perhaps. Squeeze the inner thighs actively towards each other to help your strength. And can you cross both arms over your chest? And then squeeze the bottom shoulder closer to your right thigh. And by squeeze, I mean right knee into your outer shoulder and kind of pushing the outer shoulder into the inner thigh. And then either stay there or go for the bind, right hand under the right thigh, left hand behind your back to grab pants, shirt, or fingers. From bound side angle, we'll work it back to triangle pose. Unbind. I'm going to heel toe the back foot in a little bit to make it more doable for triangle pose. And then straighten the right leg. Bottom fingertips can prop up higher to your shin. Left arm up to the sky. Open the chest, the hips, more towards the side of the mat. And look where your gaze takes you. Meaning down to the side or up. Find your way. Everyone inhale, stand back upright. Rebend the right knee for warrior two. Circle the hands down around the front foot so you're into the low lunge. Okay, are we ready for this? Half moon. Take your weight into the front leg, right fingertips. Lift the left leg off of the ground. Open hips and shoulders to the side, just like you did in triangle pose, the pose before. Lift the left arm up. And go all the way back to low lunge. Step backwards to downward facing dog and pedal out the feet. Second side, lift your left leg all the way up, three-legged dog. Step it forward to your low lunge. Okay, warrior two, spin the back heel down, come all the way upright. So right into warrior two on this side. Side angle, elbow to knee, top arm, palm down overhead. So you know you have your options, right? Everything is progressive. So you stay and work here as is best for you. That next ask was fingertips lower to the ground. Maybe you have a block right there that you could slide underneath. Next ask, more strengthen the pelvic floor and abdomen by crossing the hands over the chest. Or try your bind, left arm under, right hand behind your back. Any of those are great working pieces. And then unfold into triangle pose. Triangle pose, again, usually a little bit of a shorter stance than warrior two. So heel toe in through the back foot as you open up here. And this should be the same sort of opening from hips, shoulders, head, and arms that you'll do for half moon pose next. Good, pull it all the way upright. Rebend the front knee, warrior two. Circle the hands down around the front foot for low lunge. And step the back foot in until all the weight can transfer onto left fingertips, left hand. Half moon pose. We're going straight arm, straight leg for this version. We'll come back to sugarcane pose in a little bit. So full half moon here. And now as you come back down to low lunge, rotate to the center, so we go back to that wide-legged forward fold that we started the whole standing sequence with. How is it the same? How is it different? Just in the course of a class, body, the mind start to tune into one another, warm up. Hopefully some of the obstacles start to lessen. Find your way again to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And then walk your hands backwards to your feet. Slow roll up to standing here. Roll the shoulders up and back a couple of times. All right, I'm going to come to stand in the center of the mat. And then take your right heel to your butt. Flamingo pose, hold on, same hand to your foot, top arm up to the sky. We played with this, I think, a lot last week. We're going to try to fold in, think cat pose, and it's hard not to fall. And if you're wobbly, that's just a part of the practice. Get your body as much into a cat pose shape as possible, and then try to stretch it back out. Good. For good measure, let's do it one more time. Bend the standing leg to bring yourself more into a cat pose. And then come back up. Right knee down, left arm high. Good. Release the leg. Okay, so we're going to try to put that together with half moon pose. Down dog. Step the left foot forward. I want to make sure we're doing the same side. So step the left foot forward. Now it's the cat pose that we're looking for first. So as you step in, round the back, pull your right knee up and into your chest and try to hold on to your foot. And then think extending out, you more straighten the standing leg as the right knee tries to face towards the back short side of your mat. Maybe turn to the side like we did in side plank, like we did in triangle, like we did in half moon. And then full half moon, you release the hold of your foot, straighten the arm and leg. Make it back into your low lunge, back to down dog. Walk the hands to your feet. Stand up. Okay, so we try the second side. Sometimes if you're holding onto a wall, of course, less balance involved, might be more accessible. So we're going to hold on left hand, left foot there, and then try to get into that cat shape. And then open it back up, long front side of the body. And then cat curl again. I'm trying my best to hold on to the left foot the entire time without letting go, knowing that sometimes if I unplug just a little bit, I can get back into it. Release. Okay, let's see what happens when we add it in for half moon. So back to down dog. Not worrying so much about how these things flow together, just what are the pieces that match. So now right foot steps forward. Okay, and you're already more down, already more into that cat curl. Lift the left heel towards your seat and take the left hand to try to find the front of the foot. And then open up, lengthen the front side of the body, which ends up sending the left knee towards the back short side of your mat. We're going to try to curl it in again. Curl. And then open it up. It's Ardha Chandra Chapasana, or easily called sugarcane pose. Open the hips, shoulders more towards the side, the belly more towards the side like we do in all of the poses that came before, the side plank, the triangle pose, half moon, release and extend the arm and leg. And then go back down to low lunge. For me, adding those different pieces and seeing what all is the same coming together helps to demystify the practice, helps to remove those obstacles. So downward facing dog if you're not already there. Look towards your hands and step or jump to the front end of the yoga mat. Half lift. Forward fold. Certainly repetition and why we go through one sequence all month long. Also helping us to unlock. Stand all the way up, reach the arms overhead. And then bring the palms together, center of the chest. Stay here, several breaths. The beauty of this mountain pose. How is it the same? How is it different? What are you feeling? Let's keep going. Lift the arms up, reach the arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift. Step back to plank. So full Surya Namaskar A, you lower down. Pull into cobra or up dog. And downward facing dog. Look back to the hands, step or jump up. We're going right through it. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold, and then stand and reach the arms to the sky. Palms together, center of your chest. Okay, much like we've already done, lift the right knee up and into your chest. Hook the arms under your leg. We've been here. Instead of going straight on, we're going to add a twist. So it's your left hand. Round the back, cat curl like we've tried before. Hold on to the pinky toe side of your foot. And this time as you open up, kick your right foot forward, your right arm behind you, look to the side, even back, in a twist. And set both feet back down to the mat. Second side, lift the left knee into your chest, hook the arms under the thigh. Little curl of the top body to reach right hand to the outside of the left foot. And then it opens up as much as we can open it up. Make the legs straighter, straighter, straighter. Push your foot into the hand, pull the hand back to open up into a deeper rotation and turn of the torso. Left arm behind you, look to the side or back. And then again, curl it all in. 2 feet to the ground, bent knee forward fold, keep rounding over. Let's keep our right foot forward and step our left foot back into a low lunge. Find your full stride. Looking good there, and then drop the left knee down to the mat. Bring both hands up to the front thigh. Think hips down and forward, but strength of the belly and chest up towards the sky. Lift the arms high. Anjaneyasana. Ganesha's said also to help protect and find fullness in Muladhara chakra, which is our home base, those grounded earthy things, so that then we can get full and open in poses like this that lead us up into the heart. Okay, lower the hands down around the foot. Lift the back knee up, basic old low lunge here, find it again. Add a twist, right hand high. Set the hands to the inside of the foot. Palms down, bend the elbows. Y'all know where we're going. Wear your right leg like a backpack. Hands on either side. Progressions here. It's humble warrior. It's this backpack leg next. And then we just kick it up about 10 more notches to try our one-legged crane pose. Walk your back leg in. Like your left knee is on your upper arm bone for full crane. It sets. Butt sinks a little lower to try to get the right foot off of the ground. Maybe extend the right leg out, out, out. And then walk it back to your backpack lunge, to your humble warrior, to your basic low lunge, and all the way back to down dog. To start the second side, left foot forward, right foot back. Set the right knee down to the mat. So that Muladhara chakra, you're grounding down. Feel the energy underneath the back knee, the front foot, holding you steady. And then, only then can you lift up. Only then can you open up. Lift the arms. Lower the hands down. Lift up the back knee. Add the twist, left hand high. Lower the hand to the inside of your foot. Okay, take your stages. Make sure you don't skip any. Go flat to the hands. Bend the elbows. If you're staying here in Humble Warrior, you can try to dig down as low as to the forearms. If you're trying to wear that left leg, here's where we send, I usually do like a horseshoe grip, the thumb and first finger around the back heel to help snug in the left shoulder. And then try to get the hand to set down on the left side of the foot. Okay, pretzel-y time. Walk the right knee in. Set it up on the right upper arm bone. Physics of it, hips lower to get the feet up. One-legged crane pose. It's a doozy. Walk your way out of it. The groans always help. Or something like that. All the way back to down dog. Let's do something completely different. Come forward to plank pose, lie down onto your belly and flip over onto your back. As you lie down on your back, pull your knees into your chest. Hold around the front of your shins. You know, one thing that I like about practicing in our own space, we never have to worry, like, should I be with my head up or down? Am I going to crash into somebody around me? Doesn't matter. Your head could be at the front, the back, side of your mat. Just hang out, rock. Okay, from here, soles of the feet down to the ground. Cross your right ankle over the left thigh. Point your right knee out to the side in a figure 4 shape and pull the left leg back in. We know this one, right? Thread the needle. Great runner stretch. With every progression, you stay and work there. We're going to make this a little harder, more challenging. Wrap the forearms to the right leg and extend the left leg out. Or wrap the elbow, the crease of the elbow, around the knee and the foot. Okay, I want your forehead to be about as high as the left leg, the left toes. So if you're lowering the left leg closer to the ground, then the head goes down, the shoulders go down at that same rate. If you lower the left leg all the way down, you've got to be able to lay the head and shoulders down without having pain. So find your way. Keep pushing the right foot into the left upper arm bone if you've got that elbow crease hold. And then from that Supine pigeon, come back, knees to chest, hug in. We'll do it the other way. Cross your left ankle over the right knee. Thread your arms through. Know your different bus stops. You can get off at any of them that fit you best. It might be here, or the forearm hold around the lower shin. Extend the right leg. If head is high, foot is high. Maybe go to the wrap to foot and knee. Try not to sickle this lifted left foot. So it's a big flex and a push through the big toe. Pull back on the pinky toe. And still try to keep the foot over the opposite shoulder. Let's go back, knees to chest. Okay, friends, boat pose is next. Like we were trying to jump into that downward facing dog earlier. See if you can rock, balance, and hold. Boat pose. Lift up, stretch. Arms, legs as straight as they'll go. And then I call this one boat where we're higher, but canoe when we're lower. Go halfway down. Like our side plank, open and closes. Go back up and then back down. Try 2 more repetitions. Up and down, up and down. Lower all the way against your mat. Stretch your arms overhead. Flip back over onto your belly and push your way to downward facing dog. Up and back. Good old pigeon pose here. We've done it on our back. Now we're going to do it facing the mat. So right knee to the right wrist, heel towards the left hip. Walk the left leg back until you can come down to the forearms. And you just saw how that worked while we were lying supine. You could always repeat that if it's best for your body here. I'm going to add some little tricks into this one. So we walk back up to the fingertips, add the quad stretch of left heel in towards your seat. And like the flamingo pose that we were doing earlier, we're going to try to hold on to the foot with the same hand. So left hand, this time hook the thumb on the big toe side of the foot and pull the heel in towards your seat. If the thumb is hooked on the big toe, you pull the heel in, the hand rotates down and forward, letting the elbow rise up towards the sky. Use the right hand to prop yourself even higher on the right thigh. And here, if y'all like, right hand up to the sky. Yeah, a couple of us joining in there. Release the back leg. Down dog. Second side, left knee to the left wrist, heel towards the right. Walk the leg back until your hips are a little lower. Come down to the forearms. We all get a few moments here. And of course, you stay here longer. Or we're going to walk our way back upright in the torso. Again, you ground down through the hips and legs, but in that there's a rebound and a lift and a rising up. Pull the back heel in towards the torso, towards the hip. Same hand holds on to the foot. Again, try to rotate thumb to the big toe side. Pull the heel closer into the outer sit bone. Whew. Rotate fingers down, thumb down, elbow to the sky. Try to square the hips and shoulders back towards the front. Maybe left hand high. And work your way out of the pose. All of us to downward facing dog. Forward to plank. Lower through chaturanga, cobra or up dog. Child's pose, separate the knees. Big toes together, push back here for a moment. Soften, take it in. Okay, last little stretch here for this practice. Come down again to your belly, roll over onto your back. Set up for bridge pose. Soles of the feet to the mat. Point your knees straight up to the sky. Have your feet hip distance apart. Brush your hands close to your heels. In bridge pose, we always want to look straight up, not off to the sides, because that can do a number on your head, neck, and shoulders. So just look straight up, and then push down through the feet, shoulders, head, and lift your hips. Feel the breath. Get big, rise and fall. Squeezing the glutes here to try to lift top hip points more up towards the sky. In bridge pose, we know this one. Hold on to the edges of the mat or interlace the hands underneath you and roll the shoulders in a little tighter. Release the hands if they're bound under you, and then lower the hips down to the mat. In these next few breaths, is there any obstacle to that pose, the feeling that you had in that pose, that can maybe be lessened, removed? So we'll try it a second time, and that second time could be the bridge pose, the form that you just went into, or you can add some flair to it. Maybe one leg goes straight up, or you can take the hands behind the head and try your full wheel pose. Upward facing bow, it's Urdhva Dhanurasana. All right. I'm gonna actually watch. Take your pick. Set up for bridge pose. Ready the body, ready the mind. Come on up. Do any version of that you wish here. Give yourself 5, 6 good breaths in your variation of bridge. I can see some toes in the air. I can see some knees in the air. Nicely done. Come on down as you're ready. Fold your knees back into your chest. A nice little bear hug there. Rock a little side to side. And then I want us all to come over to all fours. So however you need, rock up, roll to the side, come around, all fours. Do a few rounds of cat and cow to help clear the space even more. Some asana teachers, yoga pose teachers, will say that sort of work of the practice that we've done thus far is to help the body and the mind settle enough for the shavasana, for the meditation, for the quieter components. We're getting towards those quieter bits here. So just stay in all fours, come to a neutral spine. Keep clearing away. Okay, lift the right leg up and back. And then set the right knee to the outside of the left leg, so knee to knee. You're trying to squeeze the thighs together, but separate the feet so that you can sit back, maybe on a block, or all the way down to the floor in between your feet. Once you're there, lift both arms up to the sky, that grounding down to lift up. And then fold over, hands down towards the mat, trying to fold your torso. It's like not a lot of space. Down over the legs. We're looking to get into more of an outer hip stretch here. I think this is a tricky pose though. And then we're going to do our best to come back to all fours. Untwine the legs. Okay, let's try the second side. So left leg up and back. And then set the knee to the outside of the right. And again, like crossing high and trying to squeeze the thighs in, but separate the feet so that you have a place to sit. Reach the arms up. Try to get both sit bones kind of snug onto the ground. And then fold back over, torso, arms towards the mat. I often just kind of feel squished without much stretch here. There's things in the way. We do our best. And to come out of this side, I actually want you to take your hands back behind you. Remove the obstacle, create the space, stretch the legs out. Set the right foot in, cross it over. Leave the left leg where it is. And then twist. You can hold to the front of the shin, or you can take a deeper twist, elbow to the outside of the knee. We haven't done a lot of that deeper twist today, so I'm going to stay arm around the front of the shin because I know that's going to make the pose more accessible to me, and that's what we're looking for in this cool down stretch. It's another way of saying don't overcomplicate things for yourself. Come back to the center, stretch it out, cross to the second side, left foot over. That's a lesson I need every single day. Don't over effort. Add the twist in here to the second side. As we move towards June, I've settled on the mantra, keep it simple. It's a sign that was always right beside my bed. I need to probably nail it up again beside my bed in the new house as that reminder. Don't over effort. And then come back to the middle, stretch both legs out in front of you. Lift both arms up to the sky, fold it over. There's a lot of trying, there's a lot of knowing, there's a lot of doing our best. And then there's some letting it be too. Seated forward fold, stay here for several more breaths. Okay, as you come back upright, Find one more time to lie down onto your back. Pull the knees in. Okay, so we had done those cow face legs, and we're going to try it again here. Just cross the right leg over the left. And I set up all that, keep it simple, kind of for this next pose, Tibetan Weaponry 3, which can get pretty complicated. So step by step. Take your hands up like dead bugs, straight up towards the sky. Okay, and then hold on to the feet. So opposite hand to foot. And we've done this, we've worked from binds today, so you're holding on to the feet the best you can through this, and extend the left knee, the left thigh down towards the mat. Point the left knee towards the top end, short end of the mat. And then roll over onto your left shoulder, left side. As you do that, take your left leg and, nope, that's your right leg. Take your right leg with you and straighten it best you can. Now my right shoulder is definitely off of the ground here, but again, without over-efforting, I'm gonna just try my best with the release and relaxation of the breath to open it back up, look more towards the sky, let the right shoulder come closer to the ground. And maybe some of you find the ground. And then it's a little too much to keep holding onto the feet, so you can just relax and release the feet. And bring it all back into the center, knees to the chest again. Hug it in. Stage by stage, second side, wrap the left knee over the right thigh. Dead bug hands. And then try to hold on to the feet. You can lift the head and shoulders to hold on to your feet, and then try to set it back down. And now it's the right thigh, right knee trying to go down towards the mat. Point the knee towards the short side of the mat. Roll over onto the right shoulder to try to stretch the left leg straighter. And you can release the hold of one or both feet to make that more doable. Of course, top leg doesn't have to go all the way straight. And then bring it all back into your middle. Give yourself a hug of thanks for the work. And slowly release the legs, the arms, down by your side for Shavasana. And as you find this pose of release on the ground, if you then notice I need just a little more wiggling, a little more settling, I know I need one more pose, you can add that in here. This is your practice, your way of finding the peace, the stillness, letting the rest go so that it's there for you. If you're enjoying this time in Shavasana and would like to stay longer, please do so. As ready though, movement, fingers, toes, stretch out. Take your time to come back to a seated position. Gather the palms together, the thumbs over your heart, and honoring the good within us, the good within all. We'll close in the sound of Om today. As ever, please sing along, listen, or tune it out. Empty out your breath here and take a deep breath in. And from the light within me, I bow and honor that same light within each of us. Namaste.